What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Metahuman Macaluco, and on today's episode of Metahuman Macaluco Interviews, I'm going to be interviewing well-renowned model, Rojo Montana. Outside of being a well-known model, she is also an actress, a comedian, an alt girl, and more importantly, she is a professional dominatrix. Her talents lie within financial domination. So what that essentially means is she has the professional job of having submissive but rich guys bow down to her every whim will, and she has profited off it. And you know what? I can't exactly blame her, but if you're good at your job, what else can you do? But outside of that, like I said, Rojo is a jack of all trades, starring in many movies, being involved in many publications, and being one of the first of many to be at Lafayette's first ever medicinal marijuana clinic. Now that is a question I'm going to ask her during our interview. Other than that, she's waiting on me. She's about to bust my chops. Let's not go any further and have her, rip my face off. So me and Rojo, we ended up at another friend's house, and they're all inside in the kitchen cooking right now. So I guess this is gonna be an interview / cooking video. Here is my main man, Mike.
Yo, that's good.
Just met him today.
Yeah.
What's your IG, brother?
It's One Crispy Cheez-It.
One Crispy Cheez-It.
Yeah, this is what I look like. This is my epic face reveal.
All right, see you in the kitchen, folks. What are we cooking today?
So you can
Chicken and vegetables.
Chicken and vegetables.
Just to keep it simple, we're gonna put like a bed of vegetables on the rack, and it's the chicken. You're gonna wash your hands in the bottom.
No. Remember one little stone.
This brings me back to the Mondongo video. I feel it.
So I gotta be watching people on TikTok. They don't be cooking their chicken. That's crazy.
How much more do you have to do? This is too deep for my.
Have you ever come to somebody's house for a smoke sesh and end up eating a full-blown cooked meal? I don't think you have. Welcome to Stone's house.
Well, let me see what I have over here too. You know the tray,
As well, so I also know.
You gotta get that crisp audio.
Crispy. All right. So anyway, I want to thank Mika for taking the time to be a part of this interview. First and foremost, I want to ask, how did you get your start in your career in doing what you do?
That really depends. Like, you mean like in the dominatrix career, the modeling career, the stripping career, like.
Okay, let's not forget the actress and comedian.
That's it.
So, what started first? Like, what led to the other? Like, what was the domino effect?
So it started with the modeling. The modeling, I was like 16. And I was actually a photographer's assistant. It was like my best friend at the time. We were both teenagers. And one day a model didn't show up, and she was like, "Hey, so this model was about to get in this mud, like near this like swamp, and take these pictures." And I was like, "Oh, word, that's great." And mind you, it's like, I think it was like September or some shit like that, so it was a little chilly outside and down South Louisiana. So I was like, "Yeah, that's crazy." She's like, "Yeah, we're gonna submit this to a magazine." I'm like, that's wild. Sorry to hear that.
Okay.
And then she, after that, tells me, she's like, "Yeah, so you gonna get in that mud, right?" And I was like, "I'm gonna do what?" And she's like, "You gonna get in that mud, but you gotta get this picture." And I'm like,
So you got pushed to your limits.
push my limits, and I was like, "Bitch, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean getting this mud? Like, getting this mud?" I was like, "Alright, I guess." And I got in there and I took the picture, and like, it was a horrible feeling and experience at the time. But when I looked at the pictures after, I was like, "Okay, this is day one. It's pretty lit."
Okay. Did that lead into wrestling?
No, not yet. So that was when I was 16. When I finally turned 18, I hadn't been published because that one didn't get selected. But I was in a really crappy, abusive relationship with like a roomer, and he was like, "You're gonna go strip, need some money." And I'm like, "You have a $10 an hour job before 2020. I don't need to. Why are you doing this?" And he was like, "I have to pay child support." I'm like, "That's your problem." But anyways, I talked to my homegirl, and then she She brought me to the strip club that's in my hometown. It was a gentleman's club, or was at the time. And yeah, like I went there, I auditioned, I got on with it, and then I was making a good bit of money. I was making like at least like over 1,000 a week.
Now, in terms of publication, was Baywatch the first one you starred in?
No, I've been published well over 30 times. There's a whole bunch of different magazines. There's a Foxtail magazine that was out of Chicago, Canvas Rebel. I've been in NOLA magazine.
Okay, I read the Canvas one. That one was actually really interesting.
Yeah, I've been in a couple actually.
I read the Bold
Canvas
Journey
Rebel.
one as well.
Bold Journey, yeah, I've been in them. I've been in just a whole bunch of different ones. Baywatch was one of them. That said there was Foxtail. I can't think of a lot of the other ones off of like the top of my head. There's quite a few. Like it's just been a minute. Like I've been doing this for over 10 years, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
what's the
it's hilarious because you have, I don't want to say a cameo, but you're a big star in the NOLA publication of Lafayette's first medicinal plant.
Oh yeah, no, I was on camera for that. Like they caught me on camera with like my friend. I know that if you watch this, you do not like being perceived. I mean, we're gonna call them M. So they were with me, and they had went through like a traumatic incident too, crazy crap that happened in my hometown or whatever. And you know, they deserve to get a medical card. Like they went through some shit. They have a lot of issues. So I also have a lot of issues, more like in the mental side. But they have more like physical stuff. And you know, they wanted to go and check it out, and I was like, hell yeah, let's go like the opening. We did, and I started the paperwork for it and stuff. But I never got certified out there, and that was because it was like super expensive. Like not just to get the card at the time, it was the first one, but like
It was like 200 a year plus like an additional.
no, it was a little bit more at the time. But also like you needed certain like disabilities to qualify, so it wasn't always there yet. But they kept my information. Additionally, you know, their aid sometimes is like $65. I'm not paying that. I'm sorry, that's kind of insane. And it's still kind of like that. Like sometimes you go there and it's like 45 for an aid, and I'm like, street prices are better, my boy, and I got a home, so get that shit.
That's fair.
But yeah, so but as far as like the modeling and stuff, like when I got published and stuff, that was like when I was like around 18, and then like it transitioned from doing just artistic nudes to a whole bunch of other stuff, and then I ended up being a dominatrix at some point when I got into wrestling. Wrestling transitioned to foot stuff. Dominatrix stuff.
Okay. Was there a specific character that led you into being a dom? Is there someone who's interested in you?
I started out going to the Saints and Sunrise, and it was amazing. Guys were like worshiping my feet, paid me for it. And there was a couple of guys that were like, yeah, like I want to see you more often. And I was like, bet. Because I want you to do X, Y, Z to me. And I'm like, bet. And then they were just like, will you be my dom? I'm like, yeah.
So that was it. That was just set in stone from that point on.
I mean, kind of. Like, I mean, also, like, the non-community itself has been amazing. There's been, like, so many, like, people in my corner. I have had the greatest time. And, I'll put it this way. Stripper community can, like, be together and be, like, a unit. But you can also run into a lot of drama. Same thing with the mob and stuff. The violent stuff you always see someone else do competition. And I don't like that. I like a good sisterhood. And in the non-community, respectfully, I've found a lot of that. In the fetish community, I found a lot of that. Now, it's not perfect. Obviously, we have issues and, whatnot. Everybody does.
Right.
But it's way more tight-knit, and a lot of people, have, been for each other more so than any other industry that I've been in. And, when the other doms, they try to help me out, and I appreciate all of them. Goddess Naomi, Goddess, Alanis, just a whole bunch of people. Everyone I've met has been in my corner, and I've been there. It's always great. There was some Michael, and recently I collabed with Mistress Lotus, and she's very sweet. So everyone, this is my son. He decided to be the star of the show. This is my daughter. This is also the nephew.
Dog food. That's
Dog
my
food,
dog
yeah.
food.
I don't have any actual kids, so this is my boy. This is my child. This is my baby. I don't know if y'all can see him kind of short. Yeah. He just came for a video. My bad.
Okay. So outside of being a dom, I know you've had some other interests. So at some point you were in school for psychology. Are you still pursuing anything involving it?
I started that shit, and then I was like, damn, that's 8 years of my life. And I was like, I'd rather just learn about it and like explore myself and do it to help myself and some others when they run into certain things. And that's about it. I do take special interest in human body psychology, all kinds of different things. But I don't necessarily like, how do I do this? I don't necessarily think it would be a profession for me. I recently graduated as a UX designer. And
Okay.
yeah, like doing it 19 weeks, almost, you know,
So you
almost.
did that via online.
Yeah, that was just remote. I was like, I can't imagine going to school for 8 years and doing that shit. 19 weeks is crazy. I mean, I passed with flying colors, and I'm doing great. But, and like, you know, I have a lot of German companies that are interested in this too. Jesus Christ, 19 weeks of that. I was like, good, actually. Psychology, that's great. Pun intended. But, you know.
Okay. So, as far as traveling goes and having to travel for work, what would you say were your favorite countries? And did you have to have a work visa to work in those countries?
So I didn't work in those other countries. Well, actually I did. Because I was at one point, I was like a human aid for Southwest. So it's secret shopper.
Okay.
So I got half off on my flight, and one time I went to Beijing. And I didn't have shit to do out there. It's not that they didn't have a market, it's just like, it was kind of impromptu, and they were like, hey, so we got this trip to Beijing, we're gonna go. And I had a passport, I just got it, and it was burning a hole in my pocket, and I was like, hell yeah, let's go, let's do it. I've never been to Beijing, I don't know shit about it, let's do it. And I had a great time, you know, like, it was a week of my life, and at the time I was married to, you know, 115 pounds, you know.
Wiener. Just a little wiener.
No, a dastardly dandruff Dalmatian. That's the best way I can.
Dastardly dandruff Dalmatian.
Anyways, yeah, I was married to that, and he was mad at first of all that I went to South America without him, and I was just like, that's a you problem. I mean, secret shop is my job at the time. But anyways, so I didn't have any work out there, and it was like my first like vacation without me actually working, and I had some amazing food. I went to Cucumber Beach, and they actually shared me. I made a video of me doing like, you know, the limbo and going lower and lower, and they like shared that on their page. Shout out to Cucumber Beach if you're watching this. Love you. We'll definitely come back and Bailey's someday. It's not anytime soon. Not here. I live in America. I'm an American. We're all struggling.
And it's the truth.
Yeah. So whenever that happens again and I can't afford it, I would love to go back to Cucumber Beach. It's a wonderful man-made beach. The best lobster beach I ever had. And there was this like little shop that was down the way from where I was staying, and they had fresh like lamb. It was like almost Mediterranean,
Really?
and it was so fresh. Like when I tell you that was the best food I ever had in my life.
Did they have like a sauce similar to tzatziki sauce, like their own version of it?
They didn't even need it. Like when I tell you that the quality of food in America is so nasty. Like we have so much shit in our fucking food that's made in most other countries. And that's why we never feel full. There's some real nutrients and shit. We got Red 40 in it. And I'm not like some like health nut. I'm gonna eat that shit because like that's what I grew up on. It is tasty. It's not good for you, but it's tasty. But you know, like that's what we have here. After going to another country and like tasting their food, that was the freshest, most delicious like food I ever had in my life. Like I did not know that lamb tasted like that. Like it was actually taste like that. So like I know what other countries talk about when they say, oh, you don't need a lot of seasoning if you want to actually taste it. Because we eat it out there. They don't. It was so good, and like that was the freshest ceviche I've ever had for lobster. And the pasta I had, like, chef's kiss. Like I love traveling. I love traveling to other countries. I love traveling to other states and trying their stuff. But Belize is one of my favorites as far as going to other countries. Crazy flight there though. So we go from one airport to another, And when
Okay.
you get to the second airport in South America, they don't have a regular plane. You gotta get on one of the propeller planes to down here. So that was a little wild. I was like, hold up. It was a little rickety.
That's scary.
It was, but it was nice once we landed.
Once we landed, yeah, sure.
But yeah, you know.
So
maybe have a
outside of
drop
South Africa, have you been to
You
like
mean South America, not Africa.
outside?
I need to go to South Africa. I need to go to the entire continent of Africa. I need to go to Ghana, Kenya, all that. I need to go all of it. Like, I need to go to Egypt, Morocco. I need to check it all out.
Yes. I do agree.
You been?
I've seen a lot of pictures of that over there, but every now and then they send us back on the artifacts and stuff.
Nice.
I can
That's
definitely say that if somebody says if, walk away.
Oh no, I know that. But what I was gonna say is I have a friend Rio watching this. Hi. But yeah, he also has a YouTube channel. He does interviews and stuff. But he is from Ghana. And you know, I wanna go. I wanna go visit. We can get some accommodations and stuff. Like if y'all are serious and down. And he'll help us with those. He has accommodations and stuff that we can pick up right there. But I definitely want to go check out, you know, different parts of Africa, different parts of Europe. As I said, you know, you guys got offers in Germany.
I'm trying to travel to Wales to meet my boy Lucas Versace.
I mean, we can start it up. Like, respectfully, like, look, from Miami, a round trip plane ticket is $500 to London. Once you get to London, the flight's anywhere from like $50 to $200 at best. You can just hop, skip, and jump to wherever the fuck you gotta go. And there's also trains. You take trains, you can take cars. Because they're all connected. You can literally go across the whole continent if you want to by
Or
car.
if you want to, as we call the poor person's way, transport your car, grab a bag, literally pack your car, get on a ship, and go.
Exactly.
That
yes.
shit costs maybe $50 to $150.
Exactly. It'll be a few
The
days on a boat
least
to
amount.
get there.
Which is why you hear like stories of people being like, yeah, I'm just gonna pack my car and dip. That's literally what they do. They pack
Yes,
their car, pay
like,
$150
there's so many
and
things,
go.
and that's another thing. You don't even have to pay for hotels. Like hostels there are actually like $5 to $10 a night if you want to do that. But if you want, there's stuff like Workaway, and you just say, hey, you know, like I'm trying to travel. Let's say you're going to Berlin, Germany, right?
Right.
So they'll have hosts there that speak English and German, and in exchange they'll be like, hey, you teach me English, or in exchange you clean my house or watch my dog or whatever for however X amount of time you're staying while we're gone.
They changed the requirements. You actively have to be working.
They do.
You actively have to be working. It's not
Okay,
like
well,
you
either
can.
way, it's like an hour of work. Like, so let's say they have a restaurant below where you're staying. You work there for an hour, and then you're good.
Okay.
You know, like per day. Like, work an hour per day, you know, in exchange for your stay. And a lot of times they'll actually cover your breakfast and dinner, and you just worry about your lunch. Like, that's a good way to do it, too. Like, there's so many ways to travel, and a lot of people don't know about it. And, like, most Americans don't have a passport, you know. But it's good to have. But as far as like the United States, I love going to Los Angeles. I love Dallas. Dallas is pretty fun. I love going to Louisiana to visit. I don't like living there. Living there is terrible. But you know, I love going to Louisiana. Lafayette is my hometown. I love the good food. Good food is me. It's my everything. I love to eat. Love to cook. Love to bring everybody together. Additionally, I absolutely love going to New Orleans to party. It's dangerous as hell. You might leave in a pine box, or you might have a great time. You never know. That's part of the excitement. Okay.
Let's go to
And then
New
you might
Orleans
run
and see
into
a lot of
a New
things.
Orleans. You might run into a night club. Alright? Now let me tell you something. Or a night club is. And let me tell you, you will be smitten. Not intentionally, but you will. Can I help you, sir? Can you leave the
Also, the pride in New Orleans is definitely fucking there. Jesus
No,
Christ.
them. No.
I
They
saw a
dangerous.
fucking
They
video.
are dangerous. Not in the way that you think.
I saw a video of my friend and it goes, and it was like this big ass plug. Let's say it like that. Plug. And it goes,
496. All right.
show your hole if you want the plug, and it just cuts to them having the plug.
No, they wild out there.
They
No,
wildin'.
They wild. All right, I'm from 337. We still, you know, I got people out in New Orleans. Let me just clarify that. I love my people in New Orleans and Metairie and all that. But, okay, I will say that. I'll take the beef on it. 337, we got the food. We do it better than y'all do. Okay, I will always stand with my 337. We got that shit.
We're not crazy. Just don't go around saying that you're seeing Papa like people might
No. I'm friends with Papa. I ain't got no problem with that. My thing is, let me tell you something. Let me ask you, as a Georgia / Florida native, how good is my chicken?
Why? Am I gonna get bored if I say yes?
Hold on. Did you not just have me season your chicken? Because you just said you want me to season for you.
That's because I'm a white woman on the black side. Anyway!
Nah. Well, the last time you loved that shit.
Yes, and I
And
want
you even asked me multiple times to make that shit.
but she
Alright.
refuses because she has to get special spices.
I do have to get special.
Next question, though. Stop outing me for my whoredom.
So
You would get got by New Orleans for sure. Cajun man, maybe. Actually, no. Cajun, yeah, you definitely get got by New Orleans. 100%. Cajun?
when I read your Bold Journal magazine, or your article specifically, I read that you're in House of Cat. Can you tell me what the synopsis of what that movie was all about?
Okay, so shout out to Brooklyn Winters. Love you. She's the director. Brooklyn put this project together where we all came together mostly out of just like the artistic parts of our heart.
Right.
But it's basically a short series, about 6 episodes right now. I don't know if we're going to continue it or whatnot. Her original movie was, a couple of different ones. One is like, I think it's like I Am God. But this is like kind of like a weird continuation of the same world.
Right.
It is on Tubi. It's called House of Cat. If anybody would like to watch it, it's also on YouTube, House of Cat. But the synopsis is that we are a bunch of assassins that are also sex workers. We all work in a brothel.
That's a perfect role.
We have Mistress Ivy, who is the center of everything. You go through her life, understand what's going on with her. And I am her sister. I am the second, supporting role. I am her sister in the movie. But we are a bunch of assassins that basically try to take over the city. And that's all I can really give you. I can't tell you much more. Sorry, my son is very vocal. Son,
Tony.
what are you barking? Come here.
All right.
Alright, come here. Anyways,
What?
so I'm sorry, my child is throwing a tantrum. But yeah, that's pretty much the synopsis. All I can really tell you is that we're a group of assassins that are sex workers. We are pro-sex work here. We will always be pro-sex work, pro a lot of things. But essentially, we are that, and we work with the mob, and you're just gonna have to watch to find out. And just to let y'all know, yes, it is a lower budget movie. It's not bad by any means. It's very good. It's just lower budget, so please just give us a break. We all are doing our best, and a lot of great actors and actresses are there. Brooklyn is an amazing director. We just worked with what we had, and hopefully if you do like it, the next one that we do make, and that Brooklyn makes, or anybody, even if I'm not in it, please go and support her. And additionally, try to be there and get us a higher budget, watch our stuff.
Support the little guys.
Yeah, support the little guys.
Yeah.
So, can you explain to the audience? I already know what the difference is, but can you explain to the audience the difference between femdom and findom?
So, it's not that it's different. It's all in the dominatrix world, but there's a lot of controversy between femdoms and findoms. So femdoms, a lot of these girls that sit there and see findoms, they're like, oh, I'm going to sit there and I'm just going to, put my foot out there, or I'm just going to bully these guys and they're going to give me money and they're going to be me because I'm mean, I can do it. And that's not what it's about. At the end of the day, you're servicing people.
Right.
So you have to build a connection with them. You have to talk with them. You have to see what their comfort zone is, what they want you to do, what it will cost, so on and so forth. Sit your games down. Come here. Hey. Come here. looks like a haunted Victorian child. Come here. Hey, son. Hey, there's not a thought between those eyes right now. Hey, son.
The head is empty.
Head is empty. Only thought. Look, go play with Libby. Go follow her. Go follow her. Over here.
Look at her. She's running away from you.
Or do you want to be up here? If you're going to be there, you need to stop interrupting me while I talk, son. You can't be taking that kind of language. You're going to get me canceled. You can't be saying that kind of stuff up here. God damn.
Got a potty mouth. You kiss your mother with that mouth?
Exactly. You did not have to say that.
How dare you?
Even though you don't have a Twitter
Like,
account, we're
that's
gonna make you a Twitter
wild.
account,
Just so you can get canceled. That's
Absolutely.
wild.
Like, I cancel him off of Twitter. Like,
We're gonna make him a Twitter account just to cancel him.
too cute to spook my ass. Like, you just like, the fuck you talking about, dude?
For real, dude.
Shit. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah, a lot of people see that and they're just like, I'm just gonna jump on it, whatever. Like, no, these are people again, as I said, and they have to have relationships and you have to respect them. You know, build a dynamic, see what they want, and then see about doing that. You know, you can do a cash meet, you can have someone be a pay pig and they're get their wallet drained, you know, or a whale. You know, it just really depends. It depends on what they are looking for. Now, femdom, that can go a lot more in depth. You can be a mommy dom, and like someone might need more cuddling. They don't want nothing more like getting spanked or flogged or paddled or anything like that. You know, over knee spanking, or you don't want ball torture. And on the opposite spectrum, they have all that. You know, and then there's some guys that are more cucks, and they want to watch some, extracurricular activities happen. Now I'm trying to get nobody banned. Extracurricular activities happen, and just watch, or some femdoms are full service, some are not. But femdoms feel like also sometimes that they're above everybody else because they feel they don't have to do anything to get the money, and that's not exactly true either. You know?
You have to build up a clientele, you have to build up trust.
Exactly.
It's all about negotiation.
You know how many guys I get that message me and they want me to do the femdom thing, even though I am a femdom and I do provide that service. And I try to build that trust with them, and I'm like, I'm really scared to give you my ID to screen you, like to do the screening and everything, because that's important. And my life is important, And if I'm meeting up with you and you're doing a cash meet, I need to know who you are. And I'm not asking for all your information. I only ask for a few pieces of information with the ID. I don't need your address, none of that. I just want to know you are who you say you are. See the picture of the ID next to your face. It's just for safety purposes for both of us, Because I'm meeting up with you, you're meeting up with me. You would like me to know who you are, and I'd like to know who you are,
Yes.
I'm not using that against you. I don't want to use that against you.
And it's not even about catching a case. It's about security and safety. A lot of people around nowadays, we're going to talk about a certain type of social media app where you can screen videos and documentaries and stuff like that. But we all know what it is, all right? It begins with N. We see a lot of documentaries on it, and we see a lot of specific murder type documentaries where the commonality is, I thought they were submissive.
Or not even that. They could be a sex worker. Like,
what do you mean by that?
They have lawyers that are special lawyers that deal with these types of cases.
That's scary.
For
Because
specifically BDSM, because it's such
the
a gray
judicial
area.
system will not touch it. They will not. I shit you not. They don't touch it.
Because they're like, where does the line is drawn? And that's why you have to have special lawyers for that. They're very expensive.
Yeah, you were an ex-worker, and yeah, you got actually da-da-da. But at the same time, you were doing that for money, so we can't really help you.
Exactly. We don't know what you did and didn't consent to, and it's disgusting and it's sick. And like, sex workers need to have rights. We need to have protection, and we don't. We are one of the first minorities, sex workers, the disabled. We are the first people to be experimented on whenever they're trying to do something political. And we try to sit there and scream like, hey, don't do this, don't vote for this. It's putting it under the guise of protecting children. It's under the guise of, protecting abortion. It's under the guise of whatever. We always have that fucking happen, and we scream and they're like, oh, we don't want this to you, you're a sex worker. And then it happens, they vote for it, and they're like, oh my God, why is the FBI monitoring what's going on? Why does Pornhub need my ID and uploading it to go and see what kind of porn I watch? I'm like, because you voted for that. And we tried to stop you. And you didn't want to listen to us because we're disabled or we're not perfect enough in the world or normal enough in the world to to be accepted and understand what's going on. We tried to warn you. Like Sesta Foster has completely fucked the sex work game in any type of way. And it was under the guise of protecting children, but mostly what it did was take down Backpage or put it under that guise of taking down Backpage. The problem is, a lot of those, like if anybody that works cybersecurity or works like to take down like sex trafficking rings or anything like that, they will tell you those websites are so viable because yes, the child is at that moment being exploited on that website. But let me tell you something, that they're tracking them. They can set up a meeting to meet the child at whatever X hotel room and rescue that child. And then the room over usually is their trafficker, and they can arrest that trafficker and free a whole bunch of people. That's what they were doing with Backpage, and people don't understand that. They're like, oh, well, you know, this is under the guise of protecting children. It didn't protect children because now we do not have a way to monitor those children online. And now it's gone back to the old way of doing it under the radar, so now more children can be more exploited. That it's a whole thing. Like Sesta Foster has fucked a lot of things for a lot of people. It has fucked up like rescuing sex trafficked children. It has fucked up money for us as sex workers. Like, and then COVID happened, the pandemic, and that fucked a lot of things.
Stop it.
Hey,
How dare you?
Hey.
Boy.
No, he's barking inside the house.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's true.
come here, son. Hey, come here. Up here, now. Hey. No, don't hide behind him. No. Don't hide behind your uncle.
Why we're kicking over behind the
Cause you know you in
I'm
trouble.
gonna go check
That's
for
what
that
it is.
chicken.
Disrespectful. Yeah, go check on it. But anyways, yeah. So as I was saying, yeah, like it's messed up a lot of stuff. Like I have not made nearly as much money in sex work as I ever had. Like when I tell you 2013 to like 2017 was the shit. Now before that was the shit too. Now before the 2008 crash, the shit they be rapping about throwing racks, that was true. They were still throwing racks though after that, because we had a little bit of a come up, you know, before the pandemic. But like 2013 to 2016, baby, 2017, that was there. Racks upon racks. It was beautiful. Everything was fine.
Oh,
And
and
you
also,
know-
if you see a dog that looks like Coney, don't touch him.
What?
If you see a dog that looks like Coney, don't pet him. You fucking big jerk. Hand off.
Who the fuck is that?
The tiniest dog in there? Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, she came up to me earlier and I pet her. She's fine.
She likes you.
She
She
was
attacks
getting
you.
used to everything.
But she was yelling at him. But she was
Yeah.
nice to me.
You gotta let her come up to you.
Yeah, no, I let her come up to me, but you know, I was making some chicken at the time, and she smelled my leg and like lifted it a little bit.
Growling at Coney, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking putt you across this goddamn fucking kitchen. Don't try me.
Crazy.
Sorry, I don't condone animal violence. We don't do that.
But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, like it's messed up a lot of things with sex work. In addition to that, there's another one that's coming up that will also mess that up. There's just a lot of different laws that's messing things up for everybody. You know, and when it comes to these types of things, you have to blame legislation. And I'm not asking for sex work to necessarily be legal. There are legal forms of sex work. I'm talking about more like full service. Decriminalization would be better because I do not think that having the government do the fingers works best. Because like for instance, Las Vegas, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
You have to pay quarterly a certain amount of money in order to have your license to do so. And let's say this one girl doesn't have like $1,000, $2,000 to spend that quarterly. You know, let's say she had a bad year, you know. I have some friends that I know of, they make $34,000 in a month and do that and call it a day and go back home. Okay? That's fine. That works for them, but not everybody has that opportunity. Not everybody's gonna be picked for the brothel, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not right. You know, that should be their right to be able to do so. But there also should be provisions to protect these types of things and protect children. Protect children too.
Right.
Period. Protect fucking children too. And someone who is groomed by a much older man, I will say right here, please protect children. And that does not have anything to do with the fact that, you know, like I turned into a sex worker. That has nothing to do with it. Okay? I chose to do this because I wanted to do it. I have always thought I was a beautiful person, you know, after my mama put me down for so long.
Right.
You know, I didn't have the greatest upbringing and stuff like that. My dad and me are best friends. I love my dad. But my mom put me down a lot. But after a while, I got my own confidence. I became the person that I needed to be. I'm very happy about it. And I love it. And I love who I am. And I love my body. And that's why I modeled. That's why I became a stripper. That, you know, I also like to perform. You know, that's why I became a comedian. That's why I did everything that I did, including being an actress. Like, nobody gonna stop my shine. Period. You know, and that's why somebody came to UX design. I got brain, beauty, and brawn. What up? Like,
So, before we wrap things up, is there anything you'd like to say to the audience and the viewers, and then anyone else out there who's not, you know, feeling their best versions of themselves?
if you're not feeling the best version of yourself, I want you to remember something. Okay? Your brain is lying to you. Let's start with that. You are gorgeous. You're beautiful to somebody. You're beautiful, and that somebody's yourself. But you're beautiful to somebody outside yourself as well. Don't ever, 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 ever think that you're not a beautiful person. In here, out here, whatever. Okay? Number two, if you're ever feeling down and you feel like your friends really ain't there for you, one, either get some new friends, or two, you gaslighting yourself, please go talk to them. Because they do love you. They are there for you. They're going to be there for you. Especially if y'all been friends for years. It don't matter if y'all been friends for, like, you know, a couple months. You're not a burden. People have needs. And if they make you feel like you're a burden because you have needs, fuck them. You know? And I don't mean actually fuck them. I mean, you can. You're going to do some hate fucking shit.
I'd be
you know
cautious with that one.
Hate fucking's crazy.
Don't listen to the people who obviously don't have problems with their minds. Listen to the people who do.
Yes.
Fuck them.
Oh boy.
Free will.
Anyways,
But yeah, do your best.
For real.
Have fun, shine on these motherfuckers, and you know, just know that your haters are broke. Everybody else is just a victim of capitalism.
they are.
Yeah.
Love you.
I love you too.
Follow this motherfucker and also follow my links.
Queen of the gun.
They'll be at the bottom of the screen.
One
Yes.
first speech. Fuck Lucas Versace.